to another episode of the Lone Recruiter Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Clementson. In today's episode, I'm really going to drill down on the importance of not discounting your fees. Now, before you tune out, I really want you to hear this one. And this is a recruitment-specific episode. If you're in sales or in any sort of marketing where price point's a thing, you need to really think twice before you reduce your rates, okay? So the landscape in Australia for recruiters, in terms of fees, I've seen anywhere from 8% up to 35%, right? So it's a pretty broad stroke of fee percentage that we see here. And I think within that has created some issues, right? Because you'll see, you'll have certain fees that you run to and you're happy to do business on, and then there'll always be someone cheaper. There's always someone cheaper, right? And so what tends to happen is that when you make approaches to companies or they approach you and ask for your services and they say, we're used to seeing a lower rate than what you've got there. Can we reduce it, please? And you hear that all the time. So let's just take an arbitrary number here, 15% fees, because I think a lot of agencies settle around 15. I see them settle around 12, 15, 18%. That's kind of like the belt, like the middle of the bell curve, right? So let's just go in the middle of that, 15%. Let's just say that you're happy with 15%, but the client's saying, oh, look, all the other agencies are doing 12. The first thing I want to highlight for you here is that's a 3% drop in your fee in terms of 15% down to 12%. And for a young recruiter, it doesn't sound like a lot. Oh, let's just get it done. It's actually a 20% drop in your fee. Not a 3% drop in your fee. It's a 3% drop in what you're charging. It's actually, when it's Australian dollars in your bank, it's a 20% drop. So don't be fooled by a 3% drop. It's actually a lot more than you think. And over time, if you keep discounting your fees, over time, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in a year that you've missed out on for doing the same amount of work. Or you've had to double down on the work you do. So in terms of like a profession, like recruiters, like where the measuring stick is revenue, that 3% is freaking vital to hold on to at all costs. And I want to put this into context for you, right? Because again, people don't think about this stuff. In the moment, in that 2 minutes that you're having that conversation with the hiring manager about your fee and you're feeling uncomfortable, guess what? They're feeling uncomfortable too. I just think they're more uncomfortable than me. Let them sweat. You hold firm, okay? So let's just say the argument's 15 versus 12. That 3% drop in fee, okay, that is literally the difference. Like you could do 4 placements at 15%, or you could do 5 placements at 12%. What would you rather do? Because that's one extra placement you have to find to make up that fee over the course of 5 placements. That's more referencing, more resourcing, more advertising budget, more time that you don't have. Like, these are all reasons, like, it's not just that 20%. Like, it's the cost, the monetary cost, and the labor and the time cost associated with that extra placement. Like, it's so important. So that's why I'm willing to walk away from bad fees. I walk away all the time from bad fees because it's not worth it. You start stacking up bad fees on top of each other, all of a sudden you've got a really not profitable desk. And if you're a business owner, 20% is probably your profit margin. So now you're taking your profit margin out? Fuck that. Like, this is what we're here for. So it's really important that you stick to your fees and be willing to get away from it. Let me put it in this context. Would you rather in a year, let's just say you multiply 4 placements versus 5 placements over the course of a year, it's literally the difference between would you rather do 48 placements in a year? Or would you rather do 60 placements in a year for the same fee? Obviously, you'd want to do 48. And in context of that, that's like saying, would you rather do 5 placements a month, right, for 12 months, every day of the week? That'll get you your 60 placements. Or would you rather do 5 placements a month and then take 3 months off? You're going to get paid the same. And that's all because you stood firm at 15% and didn't go to 12% for all your terms. It is literally as big as that. And I think people forget how much value you lose or how much you can create by keeping your fees a certain level. So start this episode really for me to go, this is the importance of it. It's all about you, okay? And when, the second part of this episode is I'm not going to give you all the answers of fee negotiation. There's so much information out there around that. But I'm all about mindset. I think mindset flows into what you say. So if you can really buy into this, no, I don't go below a certain rate, and it's a good rate, let's just say it's 15%. Some people will say, no, that's light, but every market has a number. I'm just giving you an example. If your number's 15%, be okay to walk away. And I think the moment you believe wholeheartedly in your service, you believe wholeheartedly in your the fee you want to charge, and you don't falter on it, you'll be a better recruiter for it. Just stand firm. When a client says, "Oh, we used to, like other recruiters do lower," the first thing that comes to my mind is, well, you're talking to me right now. Why aren't you talking to those people? And I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, those other recruiters have not provided solutions for that client. So they're talking to you for a reason. So when they say, would you reduce your rate to the other agencies? I just say, look, I can't. My question to you, and then straight away, my question to you is, have those agencies been able to provide you with people? Oh, sometimes. Why don't you just go to them? Like, if I'm too expensive, fine. But surely you can just talk to your current providers. Then the truth comes out. Well, yeah, I haven't been able to find anyone. Okay, well, there's your problem. Like, we're a little bit more than them, but I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get the goods, right? And again, I'm not going to go into all of the negotiations and the tactics here, but I think when you just really are in that mindset of, I value what I do and you can't budge me, just watch the client. They'll probably come to your way. And if they don't, be willing to walk away. Like, honestly, walking away from a client is a good thing. It's a good feeling. It's a good thing. It might hurt. You might have a candidate there. It might be one of those ones where you go, oh, I could have made a placement. Think big picture, okay? Save yourself. You don't want to be the guy doing 60 placements in a year. You want to be the one doing 48. I'd much prefer to be doing 48 placements than 60. I'd much prefer to be working 9 months out of the year as opposed to 12, all because I didn't go down 3% in fee. Okay, it is so important, and this is an episode that a hiring manager should be giving to their staff. Anyone who's got young recruiters in their team, give this to them because they're the ones that are cracking at the seams on rates. You need to show them why, and we need to value what we do. If you don't value what you do, sure as shit, your client's not going to value what you do. You need to know why you're valuable. And yes, your brain's going to go, I'm just another recruiter. I'm doing everything that everyone else is doing. But I'm telling you now, money incentivizes people, right? If you're in a market where all your clients are paying you 15%, then you've got a couple doing 12%, where's your first port of call for a great candidate? Where's your first port of call for in terms of working out where you want to do your business? It's not the 12% clients. So this is what's happening to your clients. They're not seeing good candidates because they've done such a great job of beating down these recruiters to 12%. But guess what? That company's not seeing the people. That company's not getting the candidates because those recruiters have other clients who are paying them more. And so I think sometimes highlighting this to clients can really shine a light on it and make them go, oh, actually, that kind of makes sense. I'll leave you with this. I have 3 tiers of things I say to clients that typically get you across with your fees. Is 1, your first port of call client is to get this person yourself. Straight up. If you can post an ad, if you can go and do some LinkedIn or talk to your networks and get this job filled, you should totally be doing that. And they go, I'm not used to recruiters saying that. And you go, because we're expensive. I know we're not cheap, but we're here for a reason because I know you're time poor or you might deploy time onto doing these activities, but now you're losing revenue. We're here for a reason, right? So if you can do it yourself, do it. But if you can't, that's when you come to us. And if you're not getting results from if you've got recruiters in your mix who are 8%, 10%, 12%, and they're producing the goods, mate, again, use them. I can't compete on that. I don't want to compete on that. I just don't. But chances are you talk to them about doing it themselves, you tell them to use it. It's almost push marketing. It kind of or pull marketing. You're kind of saying, I don't need you. I don't need you. And if you want me, you're going to pay for it. And 9 times out of 10, they'll just come your way. But you also will know very quickly where that client is in their life cycle for hiring. Oh, yeah, well, we've just got an ad out, so we'll see how that goes. Great. I'll put a note here. I'll call you in a week. Call them in a week. And you call them and go, how'd you go? Didn't find anyone. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so have you spoken to your other agents? Yeah, but they're already sold. Nah, they don't produce anyone. Let's just go. That happens all the time, okay? Stand firm on your fees, okay? Let's make recruitment stronger together. There you go. Like, share, subscribe. It helps us grow. As always, have an amazing day and may all your deals at your nominal rate come true.